I'll set it off now. Okay, you can see this, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Okay, so we're in the 4 hour, and basically this peak here, it was about 3 days ago. This right here, it hit exactly pretty much 1p dead on.
Yeah.
I think it rose from it's about 0.005p, no 0.007p, and then it just shot straight up to 1p, and then immediately after it had a full on, like, as you can see, a full on fucking downhill spiral. But for like the past few days after that, it had a low of, I think it was 0.005, and it's been sitting around 0.007 and around 0.005, which is where we're at the moment. Just from personal opinion of watching it for the past few days, I would say it's more likely to sit around the 0.65 to 0.7 mark. However, that being said, if it does continue to dip, which it's doing at the moment, which it has been doing today, and we see ourselves low 0.006 up until the 0.005 mark, for anyone that's like looking to invest in it, I think now and anything around that area is a good point to buy at.
Yeah. So what area did you say it was resisting at?
So it hit 1p dead on.
Yeah.
And full on went on a downhill spiral, and it's been sitting around 0.007 and 0.0065.
651. Let me have a look at that quick.
And it's been doing that for like the past 2 days, I'd say. And the lowest it's been is like 0.0055. So that being said, I'll move into the 1 minute. Before I do that, there's a few things I need to mention in terms of what's to come for BTT. So another thing that's like kind of in speculation at the moment is the ability from Coinbase that we might be able to buy BTT on there through them.
Right.
Which in my opinion could drive the price fucking astronomically through the roof.
Yeah.
We could, if that does happen, we could see ourselves around the 1p mark, if not even fucking higher.
Yeah.
Just from that alone. And in terms of it going back up, I'd say if we're able to hit the 0.0075 mark again, I reckon it'll be absolutely take off from there. But out of personal experience, if you are looking at selling, I would definitely recommend anywhere between 0.008 and 1p.
Yeah.
But right, I'll move into the 1 minute just so we can get a better idea of the actual movement that it's forming. So, as you can see, as I said earlier, it has been going down. Before I started this, we was at 0.0066, but we're now at 0.0065. And it is currently on a downtrend, as you can see. We've had a fat fucking spike there, but then again, we've had one of those. So those two candles alone, basically saying that we are gonna pretty much sit at this sort of level, because they're all fairly even. I know there's a lot more red at the moment, which is obviously signifying, it's signifying our downtrend, but I don't see us having any astronomical dip.
No.
As of now, I do genuinely think, from what I know, it will sit around that sort of level. It could go a little bit below, but not by any vast amount, and vice versa for it going a little bit above. But that's kind of our sort of stability line. Those two price margins.
So you think it's gonna sit in what area?
I'd say we'd have to wait for the next 4 hour candle to form.
Yeah.
But as of now, I do see it sitting around the price margins that I set out previously just now. yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I don't know if you have any takes that you want to look at it, because you're not invested in it, and it's your first take
Yeah.
on it, so you can obviously try and
Yeah, I
pick
mean, I
holes
don't
in it.
have what you just said. Obviously, I'd have to be invested in it to know or to have a bias on what I think it's gonna do. But I
Yeah,
can show you what I'm looking at to maybe put it in
yeah,
a different perspective.
it's good to have a non-biased view. So we'll have a look at your screen now and drag it over. Bear with me. Just dragging it over now. Okay, fire away.
All right. So these black lines that I've put on the chart signify my weekly level. So this is where price is mainly finding resistance here, as you can see on the weekly.
Yeah.
So this is like long term. So this is just like, strong areas. And then these blue lines here are my daily. So go to the daily. This is where price is struggling out mostly on the day. So you can see here, back in time, here. It does it way back. But if we go down to the 4 hour, I have this purple arrow, which is a 4 hour support level.
Gotcha.
So you can see price, it came off its high, came down here, it hit our weekly level,
Yeah.
had huge wicks through the weekly level. Remember, this is on the 4 hour now, so wicks through 4 hour, had a bearish engulfing here, which is just a candlestick formation.
Yeah.
Came down into our daily level, well, wicked through our daily level, also wicked through our 4 hour level, closed above the daily level, so it just said fuck you and did not want to go through that. Came back down, closed below our daily level twice, came back up, hit our weekly level, consolidated there for a bit. Another bearish engulfing here above the weekly level, closed
Yeah.
below the weekly level. If you see here, this candlestick here, I'll just show it, I'll just highlight it. Practically a Maribozu, which is a candlestick which has just like mainly one-sided momentum. So
Gotcha.
for that 4 hours, it was mainly just selling. As you can hear, it's followed again here by another one.
Yeah.
Small wicks, but nothing really, nothing to really complain about. And then we got our next 4 hour one, which is here,
Yeah.
which is down past our daily level currently. Do I think it's going to close below? Not really. We got our 4 hour here as just a layer of protection. But you can see a bullish engulfing here on the 3rd, which made price, which is when price went, just fucking went up.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, always look for candlestick formations on key levels. People that are watching the video, just remember that. Always look for it on the 4 hour, in my opinion, or the hourly, because anything lower than that is just it's
Like, too soon.
it's not enough, confirmation. Because see, like a candle like this here could be a big engulfing candle on like the 5 minute, for example.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
that's reality. That's what the move is. So our current 4 hour candle, we've got 2 hours left. I think it may go below these two candles here. I don't think it's going to close. I think it's just going to show a huge wick, like here, for example, or here. But yeah, like you said, I think it's just going to range in this area. I don't think it's really going to do anything.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if it dipped below that 4 hour.
This 4 hour,
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised. But that's really my take on it. Like I said, I don't really have much of a take because I'm not invested in it like you are. But just always take notice, like for here, for example, like I said, on a 4 hour, big indication, bearish engulfing, bearish candle, engulfed the previous candle, which was a bullish candle, and it took out its wick. So it took out the 4 hour wick. So this is just like, this here is just like, yeah, I would not fuck about at this level. I would just get out if I had, if it was like short term. But yeah, this is a huge indication, just a down move. But yeah, that's my bias. I don't think it's going to break. I don't think it's going to close below this daily level. But if it does, I'm still not going to be concerned because we have this 4 hour arrow here. But yeah, that's basically it, mate. That's all I'm looking at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much similar ideas as what I was having.
Yeah.
The only thing else that I would mention is fucking the types of long term and short term selling points.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, if we're able to reach back up to that level that you were showing us at,
Yeah.
then for short term people, definitely consider. I wouldn't say like all guns blazing go for that selling point there because you never know.
Yeah, of course.
Just study it for a little bit. Don't obviously put all your eggs in one basket because otherwise you'll cut yourself short.
Yeah, I mean, if he reaches that level again, we'll probably just do another quick video.
Yeah.
But in that situation, if you're discussing selling points, 1 hour analysis is better because 4 hour it could it could
Yeah.
have made this decision, but you could only see it as one big move. So
Yeah.
4 hours. So,
Yeah, and as for people holding it long term, obviously what I know in terms of what's for BTT's future and obviously the all-time high that we reached, I do believe in a long-term selling standard, I would say 1p is an optimistic target. However, we have reached it beforehand, so long-term definitely consider selling at 1p. However, take into account what we have already mentioned in terms of it being made tradable on other platforms, because that can also drive the price through the roof, and so on and so forth. So that's all you need to consider for long term and short term. I went into this thinking of holding it short term, but I missed the mark on selling it at 1p just because I was interested in seeing how it moved after hitting that, because I did know it was going to pretty much bottom out after hitting 1p. But now doing that, I now have a better idea of where buying and selling points are optimal for those two sorts of time frames that we're looking at holding.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah, and another thing I want to say, one more thing.
Yep.
When price reaches a key level, this is just for everyone. I would never just. I mean, if you're satisfied, get out. Of course, just get out whenever.
Yeah.
If you're satisfied, just remember that when it comes to any type of form of trading / investing, we don't always go for the. You don't always want to go for the entire move because no one can predict that. Just get your piece of the pie and be satisfied with it, because you'll never get anywhere in trading if you're greedy with your moves. You will not get anywhere. You'll just be depressed or sad that you lost that bit of money, or
Yes.
if it reaches your target in your head, you'll take profit or whatever, then and you want to go, oh fuck it, the momentum's looking good, I'm gonna drag it down a little bit more. You sleep, price goes up overnight. Just always be, don't be fucking greedy is what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to dig deeper into it. Just don't be greedy, because it will get you nowhere.
Yeah, the same goes for people who are holding and feel a bit like of dismay when they have made a substantial amount of profit, which was the case when we hit 1p. I know a lot of people were like, holy shit, I made a fuck ton of money. And then it dropped down and they was a bit disappointed and they're like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. But the biggest advice that I can give is that you've gone through that, you've seen what it has done, you now have a better perspective of when you want to sell it, because now you know that you wish you did that.
Yeah.
You now know that that's the point that you'll ideally want to sell at, maybe a bit below, maybe a bit above. So you haven't really lost anything. The only time you've lost something is if you're below your initial investment, which I can assure you everyone that has followed the steps of BTT when I invested in have definitely not lost any money on their initial investment.
Yeah, and you have to remember, you have to invest like a robot. So it's very, it's hard to not have any emotions involved. It really is.
Yeah, but, definitely.
You got to remember that if price hits your target, whatever your target is, and for example it comes back down again, but you're not in drawdown. You're just still in profit, but it's come back down again, and you see price, and you're confident that price is not going to go back up again. Get out, Stop being a dick. Don't wait, because if price is coming down, like I just said, you're not in drawdown, you're still in profit, and you don't see any indication of it going up again, and price is just coming down like fucking rain, right? Just get out, because if you get out and price goes back up again, it goes in your favor. That's something you've got to train your brain to not care about. You just got to be satisfied you're out. The stress is gone. It's just investing. It shouldn't be like trading. Should not be stressful. You should have a plan, and you should stick to your plan, stick to your emotions, because when you do that and when you master that, that is when it becomes enjoyable. Yeah. Because if you just trade and invest, it's not like it's enjoyable, but it's definitely not stress free. But you can definitely train yourself to be more comfortable, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So just don't be greedy. That's literally the bottom line of what I'm saying. Do not be greedy. Just be satisfied, and you know.
And don't ever fucking cut yourself short. If you do find yourself significantly below your initial investment, if I was in my personal preference, I would just leave it there and just wait it out. Because if you're selling a fucking magnitude below your initial investment, like, you might as well have just not invested. You might as well have just gone bought a couple Freddos down the fucking shop.
Exactly.
And if you do find yourself at a point where it is dropping a significant amount, try not to feel fucking sad. See it as an opportunity. Yeah, it's hard not to, but try to see it as more of an opportunity, because say if you saw yourself at a fucking all-time high and it came collapsing down, and it's dropping, that could be a window for you to put fucking an extra little bit in to make yourself a little bit more when it rises again, if it does. Obviously, do your research. Don't just throw money aimlessly and in hopes of the best, because that's not trading, that's gambling.
Exactly. And one more thing, well, a couple more things, then I'll be done, but I'll be quick. Like, for example, when you see us in the Discord, when you see us say, oh, this, that, the other about a new potential money grab or whatever, obviously we're confident. I'll say Joe, because he's the one that mainly does it. Joe, confident that he's got his bias on it, right? Always do your own research. Never just like follow someone. I'm sure Joe will say the exact same thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But because, for example, if someone says something's going to go up, because at the end of the day, this is like a solo game. So if someone says something's going to go up, it's going to go either way. But you don't think it's going to go blah blah blah. Always trust your analysis, because at the end of the day, it's a solo game, and you're going to be on your own in the end. So, and that's how you learn. That's how you grow. I'm currently learning how to trade the foreign exchange markets, and I'm starting to find consistency now. But that's only because the amount of losses I've taken, the amount of lessons I've learned. It got to a point where I was on about trading like a robot, this, that, the other. It got to a point where when I lost, I know it sounds stupid, but when I lost money, it made me like happy, because I knew I knew day by day I was learning stuff. When I lost money, obviously I didn't go out there to lose money, but when I lost money, I was learning so much shit. Like, shouldn't have done this. When this happens, I know this happens. This is likely to happen. This, that, the other. Just take everything as a learning curve, because at the end of the day, if you stick to it, it's going to work. And one more thing, I recommend doing your research on candlestick formations and market patterns, because it can help tremendously, especially when you're at a point of discomfort or don't really know what to do. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I put a PowerPoint for people to research into things. I had that in there. So yeah, okay. We've been rambling for nearly 20 minutes, so we'll end it here. And yeah, that'll do it for now.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.